Howdy everyone, my name is the Majin Jester and welcome back to the next video on my channel. This is the third video on what if the Z Fighters became celebrities, as we continue through the 23rd World Tournament and get closer and closer to its conclusion. How will these matches go, and how will our more famous heroes be able to thwart the rise of the new Demon King? Let's find out. When we last left off, we had a couple of variations of matches, with standouts Yamcha defeating Girin and Goku defeating the top student of the Phoenix School, Yurine. Now we move on to the semi-finals, with the next matches being Yamcha vs Goku and Tien vs Piccolo. So let's jump right in. We continue with the start of the match between Yamcha and Goku as the two get into fighting stances before grinning to each other and dashing to each other. Let's do this, Goku! Show me what you've learned from the man upstairs! With Goku responding, "Of course, let's see how well you train to keep up, Yamcha!" The two students of the Turtle Hermit clash in a fury of blows as the remaining audience who didn't leave see flashes of the battle. The Z Fighters and others split on who is cheering for who, with the Turtle School, Chi-Chi, the King, and a few members of the Phoenix School cheering for Goku, while Girin, Bulma, and Puar cheer for Yamcha, even if Bulma comments how Yamcha won't win. The fight truly begins as Yamcha and Goku clash, as Yamcha shows his full power and speed immediately against Goku, but Goku is just too much for him, with Goku being able to block and dodge his attacks, while with Yamcha only being able to barely keep up with any of it, with Goku being able to deflect all the blows of the Wolf Fang Fist even. Man, Goku, you're incredible. Hard to believe you're that kid I found in the desert all those years ago. But I won't just give up. Let me show you something new I've cooked up. Goku smirks and says back, "Yeah, beat you then too. Hit me with your new move, Yamcha. I want to see what you came up with." As Goku starts to charge up a Kamehameha, Yamcha raises one arm upward as he starts to charge a ball of energy that raises above his hand as he yells, "Spirit Ball!" and throws the ball at Goku as he launches his Kamehameha. But the ball doesn't hit the beam as Yamcha jumps to dodge as he says, "Gotcha! I knew you'd attack head on!" as he moves his arm and the Spirit Ball misses the beam and goes along it towards Goku. Goku is shocked as his Kamehameha hits the wall and the Spirit Bomb hits him dead on as he is sent back and almost flies off the arena. But he reaffirms his stance and grabs the Spirit Ball before launching it as hard as he can at Yamcha, who fails to block it and is knocked out of the ring. When Yamcha gets up, he sighs and puts his hand behind his head, saying, "Aw, I thought I had you there for a moment, Goku. But man, you're something else." Goku walks over and helps him up with a chuckle. "Hey, don't count yourself out there, Yamcha. That move was great. Almost had me there." As the two fighters walk out of the arena. With that match over, the mood grows more dire as the announcer calls for the next match. Tien versus the Demon King Piccolo, as both walk into the arena as Piccolo smirks. "Finally, time to face the first of what this pathetic world considers to be its heroes. Will be a good warm-up before I slaughter Goku before the whole world," Piccolo says as he points to a suddenly nervous reporter who is still recording the tournament. "Especially the one who couldn't even stand up to my father. I just hope you don't disappoint me too much." His serious expression changing to a smirk, Tien gets into his battle stance. "We'll see about that. Honestly, I'm glad I'm facing you now. I felt useless in the fight with Piccolo. This time, while I'm not one for all this popularity, I'll be the one to defeat you. Then I'll face Goku again and win the finals." Piccolo enters his stance as he proclaims, "What is going to happen is I'm going to finish what my father started and kill both of you pathetic fighters." And so, the match begins. The battle truly starts as Piccolo goes into a barrage of furious slashing attacks, showing he does not care for the rules of the tournaments as he is going for the kill. Especially after seeing the attack from the last matches, he isn't letting his guard down. as he continues his assault on Tien with the Cyclops barely being able to dodge. Tien, realizing he's on the back foot, stops and extends his hand in a Dokkan ray as Piccolo laughs.
Taking a desperate shot at trying to attack me. Pathetic.
But as Piccolo strikes at Tien while planning to dodge the beam, Tien launches the Dokkan ray at an angle away from Piccolo, using the force from the beam to push his right side back as he dodges Piccolo's attack and spins behind Piccolo and hits him in the back of the head, sending him a fair distance away. Tien smirks. Took that idea from Goku. Glad to see it worked. Piccolo grunts as he starts to get up from the hit as he regains his footing.
Takes all that for you to land one good blow. Such confidence will wear out as the life leaves your eyes in front of all these people and your students.
Piccolo dashes back towards Tien as he goes even more on the offensive, not leaving room for Tien to breathe, with Tien barely avoiding fatal wounds as he gets many cuts and blows. Since Tien is still weaker than Piccolo by a fair margin at this point, he can barely keep an eye on him. But Tien knows this and he isn't done yet. As Piccolo attacks, Tien raises his arms to his head, taking a hit to his side that leaves a wound. At that moment, Tien launches a solar flare at Piccolo, who recoils back as he is blinded. Tien then immediately rushes and uses one of his new techniques, the multiform technique, as three of Tien go and start attacking Piccolo relentlessly, and send him up into the sky as they continue to attack. Before Piccolo gains his sight back, the three Tiens fly back and launch their eye beams he does in the original against Goku, as strong as he possibly can. As the smoke clears and the three Tiens are breathing heavily from the effort and the wounds, Piccolo is revealed to be damaged and even lost a little bit of his body, as he looks furious as he bleeds from his wounds.
You sneaky, insignificant little...
Filled with rage, Piccolo instantly regenerates his body and attacks the three Tiens relentlessly. The three use the fact that there are multiple of them as an advantage to try and keep up, but they are unable to, and with one slash, one of the Tien's head comes off. The body stays in the air a second before starting to fall. Piccolo doesn't even glance at it as it hits the arena with a thud and starts to fade. The crowd is shocked and horrified as all the Phoenix School is worried, even Yurine, who is hiding but still watching. But no one moves or says anything. The match continues as Piccolo goes to attack the remaining two, as Tien uses the one clone to defend the other as his hands get into a familiar but slightly altered hand motion akin to the Tri-Beam. But his defense fails as Piccolo impales the other Tien's chest and tosses them below effortlessly. Piccolo then grabs the remaining Tien by the neck as he laughs.
Heh, got you. All your tricks didn't matter in the end. Hope you realize I won't be following the no-killing rule of this tournament. This tournament is just a show at this point to show the world my victory. Before you go, that little move you were trying to do, was that the one your student was going to do? Guess I was worth losing part of your life for.
But Tien weakly chuckles at this.
No, it's an altered one I came up with. No strain to your life force, but takes much longer to charge.
Piccolo just laughs at this.
You are a fool to think you get the time.
And in that next moment, Piccolo then snaps Tien's neck, as he then throws the limp body downward. But as Piccolo is about to revel in his victory, a voice comes from the arena below. Tien's voice.
Oh, I knew you wouldn't.
That's why I charged it down here. As when Tien used the multiform earlier, he can make 4 as in the original, so he left the clone down here to charge the move the whole time, with everyone in the arena being silent as to not reveal that. But also, that is why Tien sent Piccolo into the air when he blinded him. Take this, Piccolo! As Tien uses his new move, the Kit Mitchu, or Channel Tri-Beam, if you prefer. As the attack is launched, Piccolo quickly sends a beam down to counter the attack as they clash as an explosion of energy happens. The Z Fighters and the Phoenix School immediately rush into action and protect the people in the stands, with Krillin protecting the King, Goku protecting Chi-Chi and the Ox King, and the rest protecting anyone else. When the smoke settles, the arena is heavily damaged and Piccolo is huffing in the air. Tien is still in the arena, but heavily hurt with a few burns on his body.
Lost too much energy to the multiform, and this wound wasn't enough.
As he falls to the ground on the edge of the arena, Piccolo looks furious, but is recovering from the attack. But before he can move, Chaozu uses telekinesis to pull Tien out of the arena, making it look like he just fell. As Launch and the rest of the Phoenix School, even Yurine, fly to pick him up and help Tien, as Piccolo reluctantly lets the fight end this way. Piccolo flies down, breathing hard, but flies to the side, not letting him show any signs of weakness as he says to himself in rage,
"As soon as I kill Goku, Tien will be the next to die, in front of all of his students."
Very little time passes as Piccolo decides to call the next match, the tournament being more of a show for the real battle here, and Piccolo refuses to wait. As Piccolo and Goku get into the arena and the battle starts, the actual battle is similar to the original with one major difference. Piccolo is tired from his fights, especially from Tien's battle. The battle starts the same, but as time passes, Piccolo is starting to lose more and more steam. This proceeds until we get to the point where Piccolo goes giant and Kami is freed, where Goku immediately starts taking a clear edge as Piccolo isn't able to make the big explosion and struggles to keep up as Goku starts to talk to Piccolo. "So Piccolo, running out of steam, huh? You were too arrogant. You needed more time after your fight with Tien." As Goku lands a blow, sending Piccolo back as he just barely blocks. Piccolo is filled with rage as says back,
"You arrogant little, I won't lose to you. I don't need to rest."
As Piccolo attacks Goku, but Goku dodges and counters, sending Piccolo to the ground at the edge of the arena. Goku continues the conversation. "Seems like you did. Shame too, wanted to have a good fight with you. If you weren't trying to conquer the world and kill me, you'd be an amazing person to train with." At this, Piccolo is shocked before bursting into laughter.
"Are you serious? I'm the reincarnation of the Demon King. What, you think I'd surrender and join your little Z Fighters this pathetic world worships?"
"Oh, that? Honestly, don't get all the fame thing myself. I just kinda got back and planned on doing what I do normally, so I'm not gonna worry about it really. But you have all this potential. You fought through Krillin and Tien, and they've made it so far. I was the one specifically training for this. I can't wait to fight them, but hey, with all the potential you have, you'd also be amazing to fight at full power." Piccolo laughs, but stops, and extends his hand, before using this moment to attack Goku. Goku dodges, but Piccolo charges his remaining ki to send a full power blast at Goku. Goku catches the beam and holds it, before charging a Kamehameha that he sends through the beam that goes through and hits Piccolo, sending him outside of the ring unconscious. The Z Fighters, the Phoenix School, the King, and the remaining audience members along with new reporter all erupt and cheer as the announcer declares Goku the winner. The rest goes basically the same, with Kami going to kill Piccolo before being stopped. The King questions not killing Piccolo, but the fact it would remove the Dragon Balls and how confident Goku sounds about staying ahead of him makes him okay with it. Piccolo is given the sensu like the original, but with a slight change to what he says. After his talk of naivete, he declares,
"Goku, one of these days I will return, then kill you, Tien, and all of you other heroes, and rule this world."
Piccolo glares once more at Tien and Goku before flying away. Goku declines Kami's offer as usual, but Kami does note that there are many here he should take note of that could be the one who replaces him. Everyone then crowds Goku with congratulations, applause, and thanks, with the reporter wanting an interview before the king says not to crowd the boy as Chi-Chi rushes to Goku as they then get on a Nimbus and fly away. Remaining people looking at them or crowding the rest of the Z Fighters and co as we fade away. When next we return, we will be jumping right to the next arc, or are we, as we go to a different scene. As in the next weeks after the tournament, the fame of our heroes will bring many changes to the 5 years before Raditz. Before that, we are in a cave, with machinery and flashing lights as an old man looks at a news report about the Z Fighters and shuts it off in annoyance.
Heroes of this world? Bah, nonsense. When my creations are done, I will advance humanity and be the savior this world needs. But perhaps, if Goku and his allies are growing at this rate, and have the resources of the king, I may need to add a few precautions. Maybe based on those Dragon Balls they keep mentioning. I can't believe the wishing orbs seem to be a reality, but my masterpieces need to be perfect to kill these brats. But the subjects are irrational and resistant, and androids have resisted in the past. I may need to find a way to prevent that.
And with that, we fade away until next time on What If the Z Fighters Were Celebrities. Thank you for watching and see you next time.